going on, everybody? It is Joey Nohana in the studio, shaped like Anthony's mother's basement, joined by Tyson Touloud on the left side of my view.
What's going on, everybody?
And
that was awkward.
to the right side of my view is Anthony Caruso.
The View, that chick show.
And if you would like to listen to all of our very nice voices, you could go to podbean.com/Falcon Arrow. God damn it, it's falconarrow.podbean.com. Fuck that website. Why does it do that to me? And you can listen to all of our nice MP3s and archived and future episodes, and also find us on YouTube. Subscribe to us there because now I upload stuff still to that website. And facebook.com/Falcon Arrowcast. And we just finished watching NXT Takeover Orlando Resurrection RF Respect, and the overall product itself, I think, was pretty fucking amazing. This was
I would say so. Very solid.
This was an extremely solid show. And a few things to point out before we actually get into the show is that we finally get a Diva. We have a second Divas match on the main card for WrestleMania now.
Yeah,
which is extremely exciting.
Whoa, did you just say divas?
They're female superstars, bro.
Whoa, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Women are funny.
Look at that, the patriarchy at its finest in action.
Speaking of divas, Wednesday night at 10 o'clock on E, the new season Total Divas starts.
Oh shit!
Stoked. It's not Raw, it's not SmackDown, it's not even Attack on Titan. It's
Total Divas.
Total Divas, yep.
Set your DVRs, folks.
Wow.
But yeah, everybody, the SmackDown six-pack challenge, the excellent six-pack challenge with all of the greatest female performers on the planet will be...
What's a six-pack challenge?
They've all got abs.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like to see who chokes us out.
I was going to say, it's like a case race for the chicks, you know? Everyone grabs a box of Zima and just goes at it.
Zima.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Mickey James is in the match. She could throw down.
Hardcore country.
She's a country girl. But aside from that, there is a lot of speculation on the Hardys being at WrestleMania at some point. I don't want to get into it too much because I don't really read into that shit too much.
The Hardys are going to be... They will sometime between Sunday and Tuesday night. They will be on a WWE program.
I call bullshit because the internet loves to think these things that are not going to happen.
They've been offered a contract.
I read that they turned it down, but that might have been. It is April Fool's Day. It is
April Fool's Day, and they're also probably trying to keep the surprise.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have dropped the belts the night before WrestleMania if they weren't coming.
But don't they have a rematch clause built into their contract, Antonio?
Probably not, because there's no contract.
The contract expired?
Yeah.
You can't...
I'm talking about for the match, for like the contract for the match. There's a rematch clause built in that, right?
No, because they don't have a contract after the 1st of April. Or after after the 31st of March, I should say.
I see. Well, then, I suppose I've been thwarted.
So we have the six-pack women's challenge, the women's match on WrestleMania, and the Hardys maybe or maybe not appearing on WrestleMania. Those are all the big, well, not big changes going into WrestleMania 33. And if you're like me, unlike these assholes, I watched the Hall of Fame because it was extremely entertaining. It was a lot of fun. Kurt Angle doused himself in milk. It was a good time. It was a good time. Beth Phoenix is an extremely attractive woman for having large muscles. Kind of like Anthony's former girlfriend, Celeste, otherwise known as Caitlyn.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say Celeste, like the microwave pizzas?
Yes. Well, gentlemen, let us talk about NXT TakeOver Florida? Orlando?
TakeOver Orlando.
They need to change the name. They need to come up with something else. Call it a No Way Out or something, please. Or Wrestle Florida or some shit like that. But the first match on this card, Sanity versus... I did have House of Huggies on this. I did write that down.
Yes.
But then, instead of Oh No Joe, it was Cassius Ohno that showed up.
Yes.
And
Cassius, no way.
Yeah. No way, Cassius. And I, much like these gentlemen here, got extremely fucking excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I don't give a fuck about No Way Jose.
Yeah, who the fuck cares?
Apparently, he was attacked earlier in the day.
He was
got hit by some steel stairs.
He was attacked at Fan Access, which you should have better security for these things instead of a full-on fight occurring at a very friendly event right before your big show. And nonetheless, no one's complaining. I'm not complaining at all.
Not at all.
I don't give a shit about No Way Jose, so no complaints from my end. But Cassius Ohno showed up, and it was fucking amazing. Because if you are like me, you like PWG. And if you like PWG, seeing Roddy and formerly known as the artist formerly known as Chris Hero,
Yes.
you were getting a little excited on the inside.
And also Drake Younger was the referee.
Who? Drake Wirtz is the referee.
I'm sorry, my bad.
So Sanity versus a much better team, because I'm sorry, No Way Jose. If you do like No Way Jose, you're an asshole. So stop. He's awesome. He's awful. He's awful. He's really.
You
really
almost
bad.
said awesome.
No.
You almost said
Came
awesome.
real close. You heard it here first.
No.
You're the No Way
no.
Jose guy. You're also the guy who still has a Brodus Clay shirt at home. So,
A Funkadactyl toy.
yep.
So it was Roddy, Ty Dillinger, Ruby Riott, debut, and Cassius Ohno. So in the beginning of this, Ruby and Nikki started off. Then Alexander Wolf gets tagged in and then starts throwing down in the pit for some reason right in front of Ruby. Then Cassius comes in, knocks him the fuck out. And for the most part, this match was that's how it began. And for the most part, this match was a lot of fun. There was a lot of good interaction between everybody in this match, and I do want to know.
Except for really Ruby and Nikki.
I was
I was going to go there. It was the fact that Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross just had the absolute the bare minimum of contact or interaction you could have in this match.
A lot of fez presses, a lot of cat fighting, a lot of rolling around.
Spectacular.
It's like they would literally just kind of roll out of the ring every time they connected.
Except when Ruby Riott hit like the drop kick outside of the ring and,
And
the meteor thing.
that one
in the
meteor
corner.
thing in the corner, yeah. Only 2 spots in the whole thing.
While Roderick Strong was in the ring getting squashed by Killian Dane, the crowd was then informing Killian Dane to shave his back.
Yes.
So you need to get on that, sir, because it is very hairy. Other than that, we got to see...
Just hit up Dollar Shave Club.
This podcast brought to you by Braun. And for the most part, it was just the whole match was building up towards the hot tag for Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
He gets the tag, and he runs wild on everybody, and then fucking kills Alexander Wolf with a DDT that I'm almost sure killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
However, he was not dead. But like we alluded to before, the women didn't do too much in this match, which brings me to a topic that I really, really have strong feelings for, the fact that you have an 8-person tag match, and the women can only interact with each other. I mean, aside from jumping on dudes' backs and fucking and putting them in kind of chokeholds, but then what are the guys gonna do? They can't do anything. You can't fall back. You can't grab her,
I
throw
suppose
them over.
if they both backed up into each other at the same time, they could have kind of clinked them. You know, like technically they're hitting each other, not. You know.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. You should have just had
Still, the male force is applying that move.
Blah blah blah
The
equality. Blah blah blah
the
hypocrisy.
male force,
Yes.
the invisible male.
The toxic masculinity.
Oh God.
But that's always something that bothers me, is the fact that why would you have so many people in this match and the women just can't really do anything? They couldn't do anything.
No.
Because you can't have interaction with men and just have the men
These
just
matches
fucking...
are no fun if you don't do that.
No, I mean...
there needs to be more intergender
This match
wrestling.
was awesome. It was just the women's stuff could have been a lot better, but we're in WWE. You can't really do anything with women.
I think you can sell intergender wrestling. Joey Ryan does it like all the time. And
Yeah, but this is
it's
a
the big-
corporation.
Yeah.
It's the problem. It's the fact that you have women. It should have just been Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross then.
In other forms of television, you can have women fighting men. There are women leads in action movies where they interact with men in physical combat. Why can't you do it in WWE?
So let me put it to you this way, just to kind of a small tangent here. We saw Nikki Bella fucking manhandle Tyler Breeze,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Which is fine. Just women. Women are powerful. Women are strong. Women are funny as hell,
Yep.
right? But if Tyler Breeze dares put her in a fireman carry,
Yeah.
he's going to jail, and he will be deemed a fucking asshole.
This is one of the big, like, hypocritical tropes of the whole, like, women equality thing, where it's like, oh, you know, like, a chick hits a guy, it's totally cool, we're supposed to shrug it off, laugh, or whatever, but if it goes the other way, it's a domestic dispute, and we're getting locked up.
Yeah.
You
bullshit.
know, I don't see women out there fucking shoveling.
What?
I don't see. They're taking pictures of the men shoveling. That's a big thing in the community.
We're getting really political here.
Yeah, it's
We
getting
are.
weird. It's getting weird.
Well, you know, hey, but that's an issue that I've had with wrestling is the fact that, like I said, this could be fun. You could have a lot of cool spots.
And the dub used to do it all the time. Lita used to get her ass beat, man.
Yeah. Well, that's Lita, but
I don't know if you guys know this, but pro wrestling, it's not real.
Whoa.
So,
I take offense to that,
what
bro.
a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You know, you can do these things.
This is not a fucking UFC podcast, you dickhead.
Oh, shit, I thought I was on Joe Rogan's show. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
But, yeah, pro wrestling is not real. You can do these things. You can work these into your scripts and make it entertainment, which is what this is supposed to be. Simulated combat.
I will be willing to bet that if you book a woman and a male in this day and age, because it's never happened in the dub, if you book a male like Candice LeRae and Adam Cole, okay, you properly build it, you could possibly have a good. This could make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because people would want to see this shit.
I feel like the shock value initially, though, would be way too high. Like, I feel like the moment you see, like, some
But
chick
if you have
get
a
slapped
build,
in the
if
ring-
you have a build of, you tell people, look, this is happening, this is going to happen.
You know how many times
Wrap your head around
you
it
know
or
how
not.
Many times intergender wrestling happens in other brands
Oh,
of pro
yeah,
wrestling.
no, I know.
I mean, yeah, you'll shock a few people, but
It's
it's
still-
not going to be like this major mind-blowing event.
It's still kind of jarring to see, like, Candice LeRae get kicked with a fucking boot full of thumbtacks, though,
Well,
you
Candice
know?
LeRae's a different story.
I
'cause
know,
Candice-
I know.
But
I'm
then when
just
she
using that as an
fucking
example.
does get kicked in the boot with a boot full of
What a
fucking-
boot fill?
Yeah, with a boot full of thumbtacks, and is all bloody, and then comes back and powers up and wins the
It's-
match and gets
it's
the winning
badass,
pinfall.
yeah, of course.
But for people like
If that's not women empowerment,
for
I don't
people
know
like
what it is.
Candice LeRae, who paid their dues big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And then some.
She would drive wrestlers around and do
Yep.
all this shit in order to get a match in PWG. But I think to my knowledge, she's the only woman in PWG that wrestles other guys. She's the only
think
woman.
so, yeah.
She's the only one in PWG.
Yeah, she had to
so-
really
Period,
fight for
yeah.
that because Super Dragon wouldn't book her in matches.
Yeah, so if you ever think that, if you're like me and you think that women should interact with men a lot more than just kind of
Yeah.
choking them from the back, go watch PWG and see one fucking chick take on literally the entire
Yeah.
roster.
Even Lucha Underground, they do that shit all the
Yeah.
time, and they have fantastic matches doing so.
Yeah. So the match ends with Ty Dillinger was going for the Ushigoroshi. I will not call it a tiebreaker. It is what it is. And then Killian Dane manages to get out of it and then hits him with the fucking one-winged angel.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Not
Like
really. He
something
did it.
like-
He's done it before.
He's done it
been-
before?
he's
Oh,
been-
okay.
It's his finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
I've
been doing
never
that move
seen
since he was
that.
in ICW. Well,
oh,
you don't watch
okay.
ICW, so.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been doing it for a while now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so we can't make any Kenny Omega jokes.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know if he did it before Kenny Omega, but he's at least been doing it since he was in ICW.
Since he was in ICW.
Two totally different things.
And Dane gets the pin, and Sanity gets the win. So, Sanity protected at this pay-per-view, or whatever you want to call it, special event. But this was a fun match, very, very fun match. I did want to point out, I totally missed it, that when Ruby Riott, as soon as I mentioned that the women aren't really doing shit in this match, Ruby Riott then proceeds to fucking drop kick Nikki Cross in the outside of the ring on the fucking apron and kill herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
This was the theme of this show. Everyone was dying left and right.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else caught this. Maybe I did because I heard the hits. They hurt. Okay, and
You heard
the hurt. Yeah, I heard the hurt. People were dying on this show left and right. It was ridiculous. There was so many goddamn hard fucking hits that it was almost ridiculous.
Well, that's good. It makes you want to buy in more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've bought in, man. And you mad about that?
No.
Oh, it was a Jericho joke. I thought you were gonna be mad about that.
No,
Buy
I'm fine.
in, man.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Missed-
you didn't.
Missed
you
the
didn't,
boat on that one.
You didn't put the McConaughey like twang into it
Sorry,
for no
I-
fucking reason.
It's. I'm an asshole. I'm not gonna do that. Then we have the premiere of Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas, and we thought we were watching satanic stuff with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. You haven't seen shit.
Yeah, his
This
entrance.
this motherfucker's whole gimmick is a ritual.
Yeah, his
Yes.
entrance was cult as fuck, bro.
Yes.
Death. His theme was amazing. His entrance was amazing. Everything about this was cool as fuck. I was instantly. I liked this. I like his the promos and stuff. Yeah, we know who Tommy End is, so it's not like a surprise.
Who's Tommy End?
Aleister Black.
Aleister.
Or if you know how to say the fucking the wingdings that showed up.
I just wish he would have came out to like some legit black metal.
That would have been fucking cool. Yeah.
No. It's fine the way it is right now.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool.
We don't need that.
Even though I
cancer.
fucking hate black metal.
We
but
don't need that cancer in the theater in the fucking arena. But then we got to see, like I said, we got to see this man rise from whatever the fuck he was sleeping on, and walk to the ring very slowly, make his entrance, very methodical, while Almas was just kind of, falling asleep in the ring. The match.
dude, he was tranquilo.
The match. The match itself, both men were trading a lot. There was a lot of back and forth stuff. A lot of the sequence, or when both guys, they don't hurt each other. They just kind of like, there's a lot. They're trading spots. I don't know what that's called to be exact, but it's a lot of fun to watch because no one could get the upper hand on each other.
Were they chain wrestling? Was that what you were looking for?
Was it chain? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I fucked up. And other than that, the most part in this match, there was a lot of chants going on the outside of the ring. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
There was a lot of distracting shit going on aside from this match. I don't know if anyone else caught this, but there was a whole lot of
it's
people in the crowd doing other things and
like looking to the right. It's like someone was getting like thrown out or something. And
I don't know.
Everyone's like, oh shit.
I don't know what the fuck happened, but there were people going at it for some odd reason, and the match itself. There was a lot of unnecessary taunting. I do remember that. I pointed out to these guys that after Almas got sent to the fucking outside of the ring, fucking Aleister Black did a fucking moonsault and got in the middle of the ring and just fucking meditated for no reason.
Yeah, this guy moonsaulted into like the half lotus position out of nowhere.
And aside from that, there was a lot of weird shit happening in this match. And I like Aleister Black, Tommy End. I like Tommy End way more. But it was just there was a lot of weird shit that happened. And I want to point out a fucking powerbomb that was supposed to go down at one point that Almas came off the fucking turnbuckle, the top rope. And I guess Aleister just completely fucking dropped him. I don't know what happened there. He fell right on his ass.
Powerbombed with the
It
force.
looks like he didn't really catch him.
No,
not
he
at
didn't
all.
know. He was not into it. Like he had a good amount of space in
Yeah.
between him and fucking Almas because it just looked like he dropped him straight
Yeah.
up. And
Miscommunication.
I guess
I don't even think he grabbed his legs. Like I
Yeah.
think his leg just hit his shoulders and he just fell. Like
Yeah.
there was a lot of awkwardness in this match. Just put it that way. Other than that, it was a fun match. It was a solid match. It wasn't immensely great. It
It
wasn't
was just
like,
cool to see Tommy End.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun to watch Tommy End and Cien Almas and obviously Black goes over. Why wouldn't he?
hit him with the black mass.
Can't have a dude completely speaking in old Latin and not go over it.
As opposed to New Latin.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Just Latin.
It's a dead language, bro.
Latin is a dead And I was thinking of the Old Testament and the New
Dude, you
Testament.
want to know what
for
the
some
Latin
reason.
word for computer is?
What?
Computer.
Nice. So it was a good debut for Aleister Black, and it was nice to see him. It's funny because with NXT these days, they're premiering guys that we've seen already. We've seen Tommy End like 3 times.
Well,
We saw him at Takeover.
no.
I mean, not Takeover. I'm sorry. Fucking the UK tournament.
yes.
Why did I get those mixed
And then
up?
on live shows. Live shows don't count.
Are you kidding me?
The WWE Universe didn't really see him.
Really? It's on the WWE network. So is this. But they didn't see
No,
him.
we saw Tommy End on the network. We didn't see Aleister Black. We saw the live shows. They don't count.
Not in Philly. We saw him in Philly, man. I'm talking about the UK tournament.
I know.
too.
I just said that. It doesn't count because he's Tommy End on the UK show.
You're an asshole.
It doesn't
man.
count.
You're such an asshole. This fucking guy, man.
Boys.
Well, the end of this match finished with a spinning kick that Tommy End likes to do, and my man fucking Tom Phillips referred to it as the Black Mass. That's his finisher. Okay.
It's a fucking roundhouse kick.
Once again, following in the trend of giving guys generic moves and calling it shit just to brand it. The Black Mass.
That's just the thing you have to live with.
It's a kick. A black... If he had a move called the Black Hole, I'm assuming he's going to swallow this man's whole existence.
Every move has an actual name, and then when they become finishers, they get a gimmick name. It's wrestling
awful.
everywhere.
It's just really weird.
It's wrestling everywhere.
Because right before he did it, they were talking about, oh, you need to see this guy's move. It's called the fucking Black Mass. And I'm like, wow, this sounds cool. What is it? A fucking pile drive death driver?
I did think it was going to be more than it actually turned out to be.
It was a chick kick.
Well, technically it was the Mick kick, bro.
Yeah, it was the Mick kick. Yeah. A very better Mick kick. But aside from that, the biggest thing about this match, and I don't think we could not talk about it, was the fact that your boy Nigel McGuinness really shit the bed
Yes, he did.
on this final sequence.
He's being
of
flogged
Tommy.
Backstage as we speak.
Yeah, Takeover started at what, 7 or 8? 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it was over by maybe 10 o'clock. I
it's a
assume.
2-hour show, yeah.
So we're about 3 hours
roughly,
removed from the show, or 3 hours removed from the actual show or the finish of it. So we assume at this point that Nigel is getting
Like
very good tongue lashing.
He got like a car battery strapped to his nipples and shit. Like,
man,
what's this promotion called?
I mean, he's been doing a lot of recorded shit, so you can't really. You could cover it up in post. But this was This is the first live event we've seen him on, right?
No, the UK tournament was...
Aside from the UK tournament. Because you can't make the mistake of saying Ring of Honor on the UK tournament.
Yeah, I think it was the only live one.
Yeah, so this is our first live event with Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah.
So the second match that he's ever called on a live event, and he refers to Aleister Black as the biggest and upcoming, a big-time player here in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
So unless WWE's bought the library and they haven't told us
Yeah.
shit.
Hey, man.
Yeah, Nigel, you fucked up big time, brother.
Hey, man, old habits die hard, you know?
I feel kind of bad for him because he's going to have some sort of repercussions.
Yeah, oh, God.
There's no way he's going to get out of this. But
You make one mistake.
I mean, he's a good commentator. It's just for years of saying fucking Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? You can't fucking blame the guy. He's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Now, we move on to possibly the best match of the night. DIY versus Authors of Pain versus The Revival. And Paul Ellering, he's written the book. Took him a lot of time.
Book of Love?
But he's... By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but Paul Ellering says that he's writing the book. Meanwhile, the guys who are wrestling are called the Authors of Pain. Did anyone not notice this?
Maybe he's the ghostwriter of Pain.
Say, yeah.
No, he's the editor. He's the editor of Pain.
Well, if you're the editor, you wouldn't be writing it. He'd be the ghostwriter.
Or
Forwarded by Paul Ellering.
Maybe he could be the publisher of Pain. Who knows? He's helping him get it out there.
But yeah, that was a very awkward thing that I realized the other day, and I just wanted to point that out. So the two men who are just breathing very heavily in the promos are just, they're not writing anything. By the way, this is horse shit. This is a work, and I don't like it at all. But by the way, this match was fucking great.
This is probably my favorite match on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And the number one reason, we could talk about every spot that happened. We could talk about everything that went down. We could talk about pretty much all the exciting shit that went down. The most important thing that I took away from this fucking match was the logic used by the Revival. You are the Revival. You are a heel tag team. Yes, but guess what? There is a much larger heel tag team in your way.
Yeah.
They're big fucking dudes. And you know what? Throwing up twos and being assholes ain't gonna work anymore because these guys are fucking large. So what do when you have another team who wants to win the belts just as bad as you do? You help them. You team the fuck up, and that's what they did in this match. And it was fucking glorious, okay? It was amazing because I don't think I've seen this in forever. It's been such a long time since I've seen two tag teams go, you know what? Fuck fighting. We need to take these goddamn fucking guys out.
And this was elimination, by the way, so that totally works out in this case.
Yeah.
I was really surprised, knowing how dumb WWE matches can be, that there wasn't, someone trying to break up a pinfall.
Yeah. No, they were actively trying to eliminate both men.
Yeah.
And pin them both. And the way, like you said, or the way Anthony said in the middle of the match, he goes, "Well, the way they've been being built This is the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
this is the only way you could do it.
It works
Aside from
out.
crushing them with a forklift, we could call Baron to help out.
And it did keep them looking strong too, because they were like individually they were fending off,
they
their respective
fought,
counterparts.
Yeah, they had Gargano in the Gargano escape, while Scott Dawson had him in the
reverse figure
the
four.
reverse figure four. So they were doing that, and Ciampa and
Dash.
Dash Wilder. Yeah. Why do I can't for some reason I can't remember these guys' name. I don't know why. I get them mixed up. They were holding off fucking Akam or Razor. Akam was in the ring.
Yeah.
Or Rezar if you're Paul Ellering.
Or Razor.
Yes. So
Razor scooter
point being,
with the wheelie bar.
are you done?
No.
You would like to indulge?
Does
It's
that have a spark plate on it too?
Sure.
Did it hurt your ankles? Tell us all about it. But it's the fact. Oh my god, coffee just dropped, dude. Straight up, just knocked this motherfucker's coffee over. Anyways, the fact is that logic was used in this match, and I couldn't be any more proud of these guys.
Vintage Revival. They always wrestle intelligently as a tag team.
And I think that's what's going to get them over at some point, because they don't need literally their fists or no flips, just fists, right? That's not a motto. That's for real. These guys don't need gimmicks, really.
Yeah.
They are a gimmick, and they do act smart.
Yeah.
And they don't really need their shtick can't get old, because it's just doing things that does not involve flips and doing a lot of stupid spots and all this shit. They're not going to be in ladder matches a lot in their lifetime. They're going to be in a lot of, gimmicky bull rope tag team matches, whatever the fuck you want to call, a lot of psychological matches. But yeah, these guys are really, really good, and I think they're not going to be around for much longer. So
Yeah.
this is the last hurrah, I think, for the Revival, because AOP won this match, which was a little sad, because to be fair, I thought one of the mid-face to the true babyface teams were going to win this match.
Yes.
But this was such a fun match that
Yeah, the mixed finishers was
Yeah.
really cool.
the shared shatter machine.
Well, first
the shared
running knees.
knee fucking
That was
super
sweet.
kick.
Yeah.
This was cool. This was really fucking cool, and it was refreshing to see a guy go, two teams go, you know what? Or for any medium, it could have been a one-on-one match in the past. But guys go, you know what? Let's help each other out. And instead of as soon as the guy agrees, and then they get fucking hit from the side. This time it was like, no, we're for real, dude. We have to kill these guys.
That 4-man table spot, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this was for the most part, it was the Revival and DIY in a handicap tag team match against
Pretty
the Authors
much.
of Pain. But like I said before, the Authors of Pain won this match. They completely fucking crushed both teams at the end of
They
this.
eventually showed their might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I would like to point out that Johnny Gargano really hit really fucking hard with his super kicks in this match. And I mean, this guy nailed Razor in the goddamn face, and it looked good. And Johnny Gargano, man, has some really good fucking kicks, and I can't wait for this fucking guy to do some solo stuff. I like Ciampa. Ciampa's fun,
Yeah.
but Gargano is
I would like to see them both go solo.
Is extremely talented, man.
Yeah.
Like, they were cool at first season tag team, but they're both really solo acts.
Yeah. After this, it was the most anticipated match for me of the entire weekend. And I pointed out to both of these men that this is the only match that does not need a ridiculously long storyline to get to the end. It was just two of the best female competitors you have right now in the whole company.
Both undefeated, as I recall.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I know
I
Asuka.
don't think Ember Moon is lost.
Yeah, no, she was. Yeah, she's never been pinned, never tapped. Yeah.
Awesome. Even a better reason to put
At
them
least
together.
in singles competition. I don't know if she's lost in like a six-woman tag or something. Or
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. It's a lot of people going on. But the fact that this was, for me, the most anticipated match of the weekend, like I said, it's the only match, even including WrestleMania, that it's just two of your best. I mean, I guess Neville and Austin Aries, kind of. The storyline is these are your two best competitors, and there's only one way to settle it, and that's put them against each other at the biggest event of the year for you. The match itself was fucking amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was everything you'd want from two women who are legitimately the best wrestlers in your entire division.
Yes.
There was a strong lockup in the beginning of this match, so you knew where this was headed.
Yeah.
And I knew you could tell a lot from a strong lockup. Things are going to go well. We got to see Asuka use her ass a couple times. We got to see some really good super kicks from Ember Moon. A lot of good spots. Everything was executed very, very well. Then we get to the end. And I would like to reiterate something that I've said plenty of times, not on the mic, but to myself and a lot of people that I've talked to about this. The fact that they're trying so very, very hard to turn Asuka into a heel. It's impossible. She's so likable and she's so good at her job that it's AJ Styles. It's the AJ Styles syndrome. You just can't change how good she is.
Yeah, no, she won't get that much of a heel reaction.
So Ember was setting up the Total Eclipse. And right before she's about to hit it, Asuka pushes the poor ref into the rope, who then sells the arm, by the way. I want to just let you guys know that this guy fucking sold a push from a 90-pound woman. Okay? He sold it like he was just putting a fucking arm bar. But anyways,
hey man, their refs, they're not that strong.
that's true. Their HP is not very high at all. So my man gets thrown into the rope. Ember comes down, falls on her crotch. Oh no, I'm sorry. Ember was on the fucking rope. She pushed the ref into her. She came down. Yeah, she did fall on her crotch. I don't know why I didn't think this happened. And then Asuka kicks her in the fucking face. And that's the end of it. She wins the match, and I was extremely shocked.
I was surprised. I was very surprised that they went that route. Like, instead of letting one or the other go over clean, like, I get it. Maybe they're trying to do the heel thing with Asuka or whatever, but...
Which means Asuka's not getting called up anytime soon.
not here, not now. Like, like why? You know, what does that do for her? I mean, if anything, it keeps Ember strong because she lost by dubious means. So it's not like, you know, anyone went over her clean. There's obviously a rematch in the works here. This opens the door for a rematch. But still, it just didn't feel right, especially after such a good match.
I think it's just the whole idea of the business and protecting heels and faces and whatnot that really bothers me, because I am very much a fan of who's better, not how can you get over in very dubious ways. How could you be a complete fucking asshole about situations? Who's better? That's it. I don't need, I guess for storyline reasons, I'm a very simple guy, so a belt is a storyline for me.
Yeah.
And this didn't really need Asuka to be a fucking asshole at the end.
No,
you
it
know?
didn't need that at all.
It was a cop-out because she kind of felt like she was... So I guess that's the story, is that Asuka is scared of losing to Ember Moon because Ember Moon might be slightly better than her. So, there's only one way to win this fucking match. Let's drop her right on her fucking vagina on the fucking corner and then kick her in the fucking face right afterwards. So, I don't know.
And Asuka's title reign continues, which, by the way, as they said, is the longest title reign by anybody in NXT. 354 days.
Yeah.
So in 11 days, she'll
Took
be
it off
a
of
year.
Bailey.
Yeah.
That was a long goddamn
Yeah,
time
that was a long time ago.
It's even longer than Neville's title run?
Brooklyn, NXT Takeover Brooklyn in 2015, right?
But it's almost a full calendar year.
She was the champ the entire 2016, right?
Yeah.
She never lost to... Holy fuck, wow. Yeah, man, this chick is going... I thought she was losing this match.
Wait, when did Asuka didn't win at Brooklyn 2015?
SummerSlam weekend, no?
No, that was
Survivor Series weekend?
No, because Brooklyn was the first Bailey-Sasha Banks match in 2015.
So it's 2016.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Brooklyn 2016?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was longer than that. Well, that's a year, and that's still a year and some change. So that's pretty damn good. But like I said, this was the biggest match of the night for me and of the weekend, and didn't disappoint. But the ending, I'm not a big fan of it.
No.
Not a big fan of the whole we got to do something to protect everybody type shit. This is the blow-off. We don't need protection.
Well, this obviously isn't a blow-off. This is still...
This is WrestleMania weekend, though.
Doesn't mean it's a blow-off.
Not for NXT, it's not, I guess. Well, it is for
some. Is this not their biggest show of the year?
No, Brooklyn's their biggest show of the year.
Can that be confirmed?
No, Brooklyn's the biggest show of the year.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like that's debatable because this is Mania
It's
weekend.
not debatable. It's Brooklyn's the biggest show of the year.
What's the metric for that? You're giving me a look. Say something. What's the metric for it?
Because Bailey and Sasha had a match?
Yeah, why is Brooklyn the biggest
Because
show
it was the
and
first
not-
time they started touring the show. It's their biggest. It's the biggest show for NXT.
Did Paul say this? Did he call
Yeah,
you?
Are
that-
you guys fucking serious? You guys are not.
I'm completely
No,
serious.
no, seriously. No one ever said that Brooklyn's the biggest. It's one of the biggest ones, but
I figured this is
no.
their biggest event
No.
because
This
it's
is-
WrestleMania
Yeah,
weekend.
No, it's
this
not.
is placed adjacent to Mania. Why wouldn't this be their biggest show?
Because Brooklyn was their hallmark show, so Brooklyn is their show.
It happens on SummerSlam weekend, though. SummerSlam's not the biggest show of the year. WrestleMania is.
Main roster and NXT are two separate things.
My man busted out the Raw ramp for this show. You're telling me this is not this is not the biggest show of the year?
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I didn't realize because they had the television.
Oh yes, they had multiple LEDs. So yes, this is the biggest show. Bobby Roode came out in white gear. This is the biggest show of the year. I don't know what you're on about, sir.
And this is only the second time they've toured with WrestleMania. This would be the third time they've toured with SummerSlam. So
This guy's an asshole.
no, SummerSlam, the rest of the Brooklyn NXT. I almost said WrestleMania Brooklyn.
WrestleMania.
NXT Takeover Brooklyn is the big show for them.
I don't agree with that, but
We'll look into that. We'll get back to you, Antonio.
Oh, okay.
moving on. Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, I told both of these gentlemen in the beginning of this match, I said, you know, I really want to expect a great match out of Bobby Roode, but he's a gimmick, and that's okay. You know, even the man has admitted he's not, you know, he's not going to go out there and throw down Chris Benoit, Bret Hart style. He's not going to throw down.
Like he
the
works very well. He's just not. There's nothing very flashy about what he does.
He's not a visually. He's just a taunty guy. Just taunt. He builds that special meter. If this was No Mercy, he's just constantly taunting and taunting and taunting. But this match started off really slow. Like I said, it was a lot of Bobby Roode taunting, doing his whole glorious thing, which I'm not a big fan of taunting. Just fucking wrestle. Just wrestle, you know. Just you're here to wrestle. You're here to win.
Well, the man just came out to like 2 grand pianos. You know, I mean, let him have a little showmanship.
Yeah, a little showmanship, right? On the biggest show of the year, he needs to do better than this. But
sure, the biggest show of the year where nothing actually happened.
nothing actually happens on any of big shows sometimes, except for maybe WrestleMania 31 where Seth Rollins walked out.
That was fantastic, by the way.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's the last time I remember any big thing happening.
That was like
at
the
any,
best Mania in like a while.
Any large it was last year was garbage.
Yeah,
complete horse shit. But like I said, the match started off very, very slow because there was a lot of Bobby Roode taunting and whatnot. But then this shit really picked up, and I mean, because as soon as Nakamura got on the offense, it was all go from here. And Bobby, boy, I never thought I'd say this, but Nakamura got his fucking ass kicked.
Rare moment.
And it was
Nakamura.
extremely noticeable because Nakamura was bumping like a motherfucker, and he was taking a lot of things.
A lot of knee shots, a lot of selling the knee.
Going back to the old injury.
3 things I would like to mention. One of them being the first major DDT that he did to him, his finisher. He killed him, straight up, murdered this kid, right? Second thing was a backbreaker, and it looked a little sloppy. If you go back on the replay, watch it, a little slow, but it looked like Nakamura died. Like his back didn't work, like his body stopped working.
Sell it, baby, sell it.
Then the third one was the final one, which was the tease tornado DDT / momentum building final DDT that he dropped him right on his fucking head and presumably killed this man. Bottom line, take you back to my old statement, everyone was dying on this show, and Nakamura died a lot. Oh boy, he died an awful lot of times in this match.
Oh yeah.
The match itself, man, like I said, the beginning was slow, but everything got a whole lot better.
This was actually one of the better Bobby Roode matches I've seen since he came over to NXT. This was pretty...
You're in there with Nakamura.
Yeah, this was pretty good. And then again, he hasn't had. He had a thing with like No Way Jose. He hasn't had a whole lot of like other matches.
Bobby Roode? Oh god.
Yeah. So.
Can you believe? Guys like Austin Aries have had things with fucking No Way Jose.
Yeah.
Can you believe people like No Way Jose? That's the biggest conundrum that I face at the moment.
Hey, the dub loves dance gimmicks, man. It's huge.
Yeah. Ask Brodus Clay how that went over.
Gets the crowd involved, you know? They like that shit.
But the whole time, man, the whole time, there was, I don't know what happened. The crowd, there was some shit going on in the crowd. I don't know who was doing this. I don't know why this was happening, but it needed to fucking stop. Because if you're there to watch wrestling, why is there shit going on everywhere else except, why are we not talking about what's happening in the ring? With people who try their very, very best. I don't know if you guys know this. Goldberg's not
we've been
in
in crowds before where we've kind of interacted with other people that we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the people that are in the ring, no? Not some shit going on in the fucking crowd that no one knows what's going on.
I feel like something dramatic happened in the crowd.
We've had like personally, we've had interactions with other people in the crowd, just.
Well, no, I think he means like on a mass scale, like everybody like looking to the left to like take
That's what was happening. Everyone's ignoring the fucking match. Everyone's ignoring your world title match in favor of some shit going on in the crowd.
Like I said, something crazy. There must have been a fight or something crazy happened. Someone got thrown out or some shit. Maybe someone threw something. You know.
I hope they were fighting about the match in the ring.
By the way, the total timeout, I just did some research. Going back to another point we were talking about when Asuka won the belt, it was at Takeover Dallas, not Brooklyn last year.
So WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
Because then Bayley premiered or debuted.
I believe,
that was,
I believe Dallas was also Ember Moon's debut, no?
It was Nakamura's debut.
Against Billie Kay?
I think hers was Brooklyn.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was Dallas. She showed up.
But for a guy who's not known for his work, he sure worked very well in this match. A lot of close calls, a lot of
20-year vet.
A lot of close calls, a lot of close pinfalls, a lot of things, a lot of reasons why I thought Nakamura was going to win this match, a lot of reasons why I thought Bobby was going to win this match, and Nakamura would not stay down.
Nope.
And that is the strong style and the fighting spirit coming out of Mr. Nakamura.
That was a cool moment when
they
both
Brooklyn
were like,
where she made her debut.
It was a cool moment when they were both like looking at each other, you know, like shit, like what do I got to do to this guy?
Oh yeah,
getting up slow.
When two guys realize that there's nothing else they could do except shoot each other, there's nothing else that could be done right now because they've tried everything in the book. You know something's good here because they've done it all. It took 2 DDTs, maybe 3. I don't know if he hit a third. I can't be too sure. 2 fucking really hard DDTs to Nakamura, almost killing the man in order to put him down. Nonetheless, Bobby Roode wins this match with a very hellacious DDT. I will reiterate that because it was ridiculous. Nakamura sold it like a champ, and Bobby Roode walks out with the brand new, spanking new NXT Championship.
Yeah, we failed to mention that everybody got new belts.
All new titles.
Everyone gets new belts. The women's championship and the men's championship is the same shit, but one of them has platinum in the middle, and the other's just gold. But nonetheless, I will thank NXT for changing that fucking belt. You have no idea. I've been watching NXT for a good few years now, and I could not stand that belt. I saw it go around Seth Rollins when in the very, very early beginnings of it, and I went, man, that fucking belt's so ugly, man. Like, Seth's cool, and all these new guys are cool, but that fucking belt's gotta go. Because if I can't imagine myself with it, I can't imagine him with it either.
Yeah.
Well, they've changed the belts, and it's a lot more round, like it should be. So thank you, because we got rid of that gay ass fucking belt, like the one that looks like the X Division from fucking TNA. And everyone's got new shiny new belts. Everything. The tag belts look fucking they're the same, but they look way better now. They look a lot more shinier, a lot more prestigious. And yes, gentlemen, that was Takeover. And pros and cons. Anything that we would like to change? Anything that was perfect, I guess.
Very solid show. I can't think of any real cons. I mean, I can nitpick about like Ruby Riott and all that, and them not doing a whole lot, and like
but it was.
Like
I feel the same way, but it was very
outside of that, outside of the Asuka finish, I can't really complain about anything.
Nah. All matches were solid, but from a storyline perspective, nothing happened on the show.
No. That's
absolutely nothing.
That was
happened.
the only thing, is everyone retained.
The status quo was just
which is fine if you want to drag these things out, since it's not the biggest show of the year for NXT.
Son of a bitch! You talk to that rampway and tell me it's not the biggest show of the fucking year.
All right, in Brooklyn when they have the same set,
I am going to call the payroll offices for WWE, find out how much that set cost, and tell you to go fuck yourself.
That doesn't mean anything, but okay.
They spent a lot of money on the entrance.
They didn't spend any money. It's the same set they fucking
Whoa.
use. They
Transportation costs a lot of money to get it from one place to another. Don't deny this. You're being outnumbered here, okay?
all right. Let's,
The man
let's
thinks...
get to my point. Nothing really happened storyline wise. You can put on the next episode of NXT and nothing changed. But all the matches were good, so
Nothing. Yeah, the problem is not the problem.
I
But
guess the Asuka kind of heel turn is maybe
it's
one
not
thing.
a heel turn.
But I wish there was one significant thing that happened, like one title change.
The only way, much like AJ Styles, the only way, okay, you can make them true heels, hated with a passion, like they really want to be, is if they, I don't know, murder an old woman in the middle of the ring, murder someone's parents, or cause a war. There's nothing else that they could do.
So it's not my parents. I'm still cheering for AJ Styles.
Right.
Bottom line being that there's just nothing that you could do. Everyone likes Asuka. Everyone likes AJ.
Yeah, but you still have a bad guy in the storyline.
Yeah.
You just misgender her right here.
I guess I did.
Wow,
You caught
dude.
me.
Son of
You
a
could get
bitch.
arrested in Canada for that shit, all right?
I guess I could.
Wow.
Well, and I can get fined in New York City for that shit too.
Wow.
For me, like we've said, the status quo was met. Nothing changed. But the problem is that, well, the issue to that is that these champions, the ones that walked out with the belts, they fought really hard to keep those belts.
Yeah.
Asuka almost lost the match. Bobby Roode, for the most part, was getting fought back, and it wasn't like he was dominating the whole match, but he really pulled out all the stops to almost kill this man to keep his belt. And AOP got fucking wrecked this whole match.
Yeah.
They were getting double teamed, triple teamed, and even Paul Ellering forgot that they were on the outside of the ring because they were getting their ass whipped. But the champions are all the champions still, and which is interesting because we all thought that Asuka was getting called up. The rivals probably still they're not the champs, so they're probably gonna get called up. And Asuka's the only one because we assume Nakamura's getting called up. So Bobby Roode's still gonna be in NXT. Asuka's the question mark because we all thought she was gonna be at. Someone said they think she was gonna be at Mania, which is fucking doubtful as hell. But that's
Would have been cool, though.
that's the internet for you.
Maybe she could come up like Paige.
And then ruin her career.
Yeah, the 2 years later we'll see an Asuka sex tape.
Wow.
But everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that was NXT Takeover, San Antonio, Las Vegas, San Antonio, Florida, or wherever this is at. Orlando. I'm sorry, I forgot the. You got to change the name, guys. Please do it for me. Got to put some title to it so I can remember.
Take over whatever city they're
Take over. Insert city here.
They couldn't come up with all these like fucking catchy names anymore.
We'll see where the landscape of NXT ends up here, but most importantly, we have the biggest thrill ride tomorrow night to look forward to.
You mean the ultimate thrill ride, aka the ultimate bill ride?
The ultimate bill ride. And we're not ready for this at all. No.
Nay.
We're going to need, I can guarantee you one thing, there will be a lot of coffee for me and a lot of donuts. But we will be back. We will join you guys all tomorrow night. I have been Joey Nohana. That is.
Whoa! Before you get to the end, plug the stuff. Plug the stuff.
You plug the stuff. Go ahead.
I don't know the stuff. You're the one who's.
This is your show, Anthony. I mean, don't get mad at me. Don't get hot. Don't get hot. I don't got any heat with you. Stop.
Plug the fucking shit. What's it? falconarrow.podbean.com.
Yes.
Oh shit! I got it right on the first time.
Thank
I
God.
didn't even create this thing.
That's your segment now.
What's the YouTube link?
He
YouTube.com.
bought it hook, line, and sinker.
YouTube.com/FalconArrow.
YouTube.com. No, it's
a bunch of numbers,
You don't,
but,
you don't have custom URL, but Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find us through our Facebook at Falcon Arrow. Is it WrestleCast?
Facebook.com/Falcon Arrowcast. Yeah, because some dickhead took Falcon Arrow. So thank God I have a link guy now. Finally.
Sweet.
Now, if only Nick did some weird like go home segment.
Yeah, you gotta get a gimmick, man. Get a gimmick on this show.
Well, everybody will join you for Lethal Leap Year tomorrow
Lethal
night.
Leap Year, yeah.
Big Bartholomew versus the Sea Creature. On that note, see you later, everybody.